1 tower, 3 people, and I can't get them out. If I engage them, it is suicide. They are defenders, not roamers though, so they don't want to engage me. An impasse. Situations like this happen quite often in World vs World, and we would like to be able to get them out. A plan is needed, preferably one which uses Dolyaks. To actually hurt an opponent, I need to find something they want, and will take it away from them. When I moved towards enemy Dolyak, they moved towards me. My death doesn't matter. This means next time when we meet they might get proactive and attack me. In short, I get what I want. I'm using the Flickerflash build, which gives me high defenses and quite nice damage. As my build is a point-blank AVR with effect one, those who get close to the Dolyak get shards of the damage. At this moment my goal has been completed, the Dolyak has fallen, and now it is 1 versus 3. All 3 of them seem to be tanky guardians. Normally they would be able to out-attrition me, but Restorative Illusions keeps me up. Shatters drop the burns from me, and I get healed from time to time, while Confusion from blinds and from shatters deal high damage to them. I bursted the Dolyak with conditions, but in case of those guardians, I'm applying them slowly, trickling them, because guardians have amazing burst condition clean, but not very good, well, attrition condition clean. As their weakness is low damage, I'm dancing around, so the torment is the most successful. I should have shattered here to apply another blind, but I kind of got greedy, doesn't really matter. The damage is simply too low, Restorative Illusions allows me to keep up, and Confusion will kill them unless they stop fighting. Here, a dangerous moment, I got immobilized. So I have changed the weapon set for the defensive one, Sword Torch, Blood Frenzy to endure, Torch to stealth, and go for the stomp. In the meantime, a warrior came from behind to help me, so it is 2 versus 3 now. Well, maybe 2 versus 2. So what does this fight throw? First of all, if I was on Berserker, I wouldn't be able to do that. As Berserker, I need to be in their face all of the time so they can deal the damage. In Sinister, I was able to slowly bleed them to death after bursting the Dolyak. Second, blinds and restorative illusions give me powerful defensive mechanisms. Third, they literally killed themselves. The confusion I dealt has the same role as retaliation on a guardian. 3 guardians are perfect defensive mechanism, and they would be able to protect the Dolyak when I was Berserker, but Sinister is simply too high hybrid damage. As long as I focus on defense and kiting, and as long as I don't apply Condi Burst but small amounts of condition which trickle them down, putting some pressure, we could win this. Second encounter, a JFF Ranger. That guy is extremely dangerous and I would like to meet him more often. Well, more in 1 versus 1 scenarios, and he plays very well. Let's look at the difference in this fight and the previous fight with 3 Guardians. First difference is the type of condition cleaning. He drops 2 conditions at a time, so my small trickling mechanism doesn't work. Second thing is the fact he has higher mobility than me, because he cripples me and I can't torment him properly. This, combined with longbow stealth, makes it so that I can't use my power. Third difference, he can kite me. He puts the pressure on me, not otherwise. I don't have my focus, which usually would be used to reflect him. I can't hide behind any terrain. I could stun him, but I couldn't stun lock or deny him, so although I did help the warrior, the ranger got me downed. Between the conditions, the Idealist, the warrior, the ranger was too out of cooldowns to be able to stomp me properly, but the difference between the first fight and the second was quite drastic. As we are still fighting, I didn't notice that I'm out of condition duration food, and new opponents are coming. This time it's 1 ranger and 1 guardian. So we focus on the guardian in front, and we put enormous pressure on him, forcing him to retreat. At the same time, both enemies focus on the warrior. I should have shattered for blinds, but I went for the kill, and this was the mistake number 1. Between all the damage, the warrior got downed, and enemy guardian got downed too. At this point I thought there are 3 enemies, not 2. So someone must be stomping the warrior. I blinded with F4 shatter, but opponent dropped the blind with an auto attack, and I got hit with down state 2. Mistake number 2. I should have blinked towards the downed guardian and rotated F1, F2 to blind him and stop attacks from enemy ranger. I tried to res in the presence of enemy ranger, so yeah, mistake number 3. So first thing, in the middle of the fight it's harder to make those decisions because you don't see in slow motion. What can we take out of this video? 1. With tanky builds, Sinister is simply fun. 2. You can force the fights by taking enemies what they want to have. And 3. Compositions and target selections, very important. But what is even more important is micro decisions adapting to strategy and not assuming that if I saw 3 people earlier, then those people who come will be exactly the same 3 people. As we didn't have the break between the fights the pressure on me was so high that I started acting automatically, not really notice what's going on around. Still, those were fun and informative fights, and between blinds, restorative illusions, and torch, it's simply insane in terms of mesmer defenses. So thank you for watching, Oxalis out.